Oh, it does go away. Okay, hard thing. Watch it. At first, she thinks the video might be paused, but on closer inspection, she can see the edge of the frame shrinking inwards around the chair, desk, and loose gray furniture of a sterile waiting room. She watches for a while. She's not sure for how long. Several minutes. The zoom tightens. So gradually she sometimes forgets it's happening at all, and finally rests on an oscillating desk fan. She ejects the tape before the next part of the triptych begins. Okay. Eject. I had a problem. I'm having a bit of pronunciation difficulty today, I'm sorry. She ejects the tape. Trivia thing. Shopping. Let's buy stuff. Insert. Watch it. A woman sits at a card table with a lamp, notepad, and a beige multi-line telephone. A scrolling marquee reads, "Swap, shop, buy, sell, trade, or want to buy, call the broker." And then a phone number repeating without pause. Hetty adds fresh eggs to trade for a basil plant, a dozen eggs for one plant, which is a steal. Eddie's eggs are good eggs. Sadie has a bag of fine shells. No reasonable offer will be refused. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Christopher is looking for a scrub plane in decent shape. It doesn't have to be too nice, just something to get a tabletop near to flat from some oak that's been hair drying in the barn for 20, perhaps 30 years. And while it's true he could get the job done without it since it's got a nice heavy jack plane his grandpa used to use, he just has to not fuss with grinding a camper onto it. And what's going on? And anyway, he has a little extra capital from a swap earlier in the week and wouldn't mind putting it down on a decent scrub plane before the cash burns a hole through his pockets. Okay. Okay, Christopher. Carla is looking for a trade tipping service for calligraphy services or vice versa. What? Trade tipping services for calligraphy services or vice versa. So she wants to learn one or the other and teach one or the other. That's interesting. The broker takes notes and switches lines, but never speaks. Drunk on the hum of commerce. Drunk on the hum of commerce. Is that a thing? Fun! Oh, she liked that. I guess Christopher was kind of weird, so I guess it was entertaining. He kinda had way too much of an explanation for what he wanted. Ah, trivia things. Watch. Sit down and watch. Let's see. The words tip of your tongue and a phone number are occasionally superimposed on the screen. A few dozen people sit in bleachers, which I guess are like seats, shouting out ideas, loosely moderated by a woman A short woman with a microphone and a laser pointer. One caller is trying to remember the name of an old friend she hasn't seen in years. It starts with a consonant. It's full of consonants, actually. There may be one or two vowels. It sounds long, but she doesn't remember having any trouble spelling it out at any point. The friend had brown hair. That's probably not helpful. No, that's not helpful. Another caller is trying to remember a verb that means to make oneself vulnerable. Something like to expose oneself, but not quite that. To become emotionally, spiritually vulnerable, like a lover or a poem. I guess there's a word for that, but I don't know it right now. A third caller just knows there was something he was supposed to do tonight. He offers some biographical background, a narrative of his day. He's unemployed, has no real hobbies, and has already eaten. Few ideas from the bleachers. Why did you call? Just go to bed. Lordy. That was a weird game. Like, who would actually call into this kind of things? Like, would that actually work in real life? I wonder if this is based on, like, real shows that existed at some point. She steps away from the tapes and wipes the dust off her hands. Enough of the dust. Let's go to the main deck. Kitty! Aww. He's looking at me and everything. That's a very nice looking cat I have. Is Conway okay? Or like... Well, like, is he okay? Kate and Will. No, it was only a few notes. Slow and sad. Like funeral music, you know? I don't remember it being sad, just simple and unburdened. Maybe that's what funeral music sounds like to me, unburdened. Oh, hello, Kate. Oh, sorry. Oh, hello. Kate and I were just trying to remember the Mammoth song. But neither of us have heard it in years. We'll just found the mechanism. In the mammoth's belly, hidden in gritty, mated fur, it's like a big music box. A slow-spinning cylinder covered in metal pins that pluck her dulcet guts and pump the below bowels of her bowels. But some of the pins are rusted and torn away. Easy to replace, but if we can remember what the notes were. Did I hear you browsing the archive next door? Find anything good? I found something pretty unsettling, actually. Where did this video come from? People just left them on board. Passengers, I mean. They used to all be movies and that kind of stuff. I like nature documentaries especially. Some people left home movies and little heart videos they made, but that damn VCR devours anything you leave in it. It just switches on into record mode at random, I think, and picks up whatever is coming over the antenna. Of course, the only station we get here is WEVP, community television, you know. They've got that show with the gentleman playing banjo on his birthday suit. Ugh. I'm sure you've seen it. I have not, and I don't want to. Oh yes, Will has seen it. And if there is no tape in the machine when it tries to start recording, it makes an awful sound. Like putting a squeaky toy in the food processor. I can hear it above deck. Awful. That's why I put the sign, please do not rewind after watching. At least that way nothing gets taped over anymore. Okay, what is this station? You were in one of the videos. I'm sure I can fix it. My hero! We were talking earlier. She has an intuition for these things. I just like to take things apart. I'm not intuition, it's just experience. You should meet Dashiell. Okay. He did a lot of volunteer work for WEVP in the early days, wiring up antennas and relays and stuff like that. I think you two would have a lot to talk about. He works at the telephone exchange. No, I'm afraid he's been let go. Oh. Oh yeah? That's odd. He still takes the ferry to work every day. I'm sure he's at the telephone exchange right now. In fact, I dropped him there a few hours ago. We're stopping at the telephone exchange again shortly to deliver their mail and pick up their trash. You should go ashore when we do. Ask for Dashiell. I can try. Oh. Right, we're done at the bar. And I did not see Conway in the boat when I was walking around, so I'm gonna guess that he hit the hard booze like he said he was going to, which doesn't help. He's gonna get alcohol poisoning at that point because he keeps drinking. I rarely miss a chance to lounge on the beach around the rum colony. And I do enjoy a drink, though I don't find their signature liquor suits me. But this time I elected to stay aboard and shoot the breeze with Kate over some mineral water. Still, I heard reports. Okay, so I guess this is Will saying this. I heard the old man went a little deeper in his cups. Oh no. Ezra told me about the dark corners. That's creepy. Junebug missed an appointment, but didn't seem perturbed. I don't want her to miss her appointment. I think if I choose that, it makes her miss it. I'm not sure, but I think that's how the game works, so I'm gonna say dark corners. See, that bitch is lit. That bitch. I'm sorry. See, that beach is lit by a congregation of amber torches stuck in the sand. They mix the torch fuel with citronella oil. It keeps the bugs away, which keeps the bats away. But the light doesn't fall very far from the flames. The rest is shadows and sandy echoes. And that's the part Ezra wanted to tell me about. He said he liked to run in the dark. He said he found a treasure. Yes, with a treasure map. I knew better than to pry. Aw. Well, I'm glad Ezra found a treasure. I chose the right map after all. Oh, if we're talking about the rum colony, I should tell you about Patch. He's a bartender, general manager, creative director. I guess that means he books the music. He's pretty much run the place for the last 7 years. A lot of folks assume he owns it, but that is not the case. Well, that's too bad, because he sounds like he's doing all the work. The rum colony is owned by a dead man named Vernon. But if he's dead, how can he own it? Technically, it would be owned by the power company, who once bought a sizable interest from Vernon as part of a state-sponsored investment program, but a clause in that arrangement required them to keep their hands off the day-to-day and most of the profit so long as Vernon walks the earth. The upshot of all this is that nobody came forth to identify the body. Oh. Okay, so like they would have taken the place if he was dead, but no one could say it was him when he was dead. Patch is a good guy though. Kind, trustworthy, and he mixes a strong Mai Tai if it's your thing. Oh. That looks like a raft. Valkyrie and the other dog lounges below the deck. Clara, Kate, and I stopped to do some business by telephone. What? Is that the telephone thing? She said I had to meet someone at the telephone thing. I guess I will go? Like, I kind of want to see what the dogs do. Like, maybe they can hang out with the cat. But, like, I had to meet a human at the telephone thing, so I guess I have to go.